can also use a pillow here. So serratus anterior wraps around from the chest and inserts onto this medial border of the scapula. So here is actually her inferior angle of the scapula. Here's the bottommost part of it. Here's the top. Spine's right in here. Actually, can I borrow this for a second? Pulling her back completely. I can really palpate and feel the edge, the inferior angle, everything around it. Can you take that again? You can have it back. Thanks. So for side lying, since we are in the back, we can do some skin rolling. Comfortable with that skin rolling? Mm-hmm. It's nice. It's on top of lats too. Or you're hitting lats because lats is on top of serratus. It's a little bonus treatment today, you guys. If your partner gets tired, you're free to grab pillows. You want a pillow? Okay. You good? Okay. Here's our medial border. Notice how tissue doesn't want to like roll through my fingers. So I'm kind of stuck here with an adhesion. It's in her lats. Work it through. Take as long as you need with the skin rolling. So much. I'm gonna butter up this. I left your peck unbuttered for your partner. Thanks. I'm following this border of the scapula in the fiber direction of serratus anterior. My finger's just running along that scapula. On the side here, this is all serratus, so treat what you find. Once we get a little further back, we've got lats, and lats is the thinnest muscle in the body. It's thinner than a credit card. The only people who have like really developed lats are people who target it, swimmers. It's not a big muscle, but it has a big job. It's not a thick muscle, it's a large muscle. It comes from the shoulder to the spine all the way down and actually inserts with that fascia on the lumbosacral area.
You know, like these do the lats, right?
A little bit.
It's
more
those?
down, so lat pull downs.
Oh, pull downs, that's what it is, okay.
Lats makes you do this.
Yep, okay.
So. Sort of soften up that serratus, treated what I find in friction along this medial border. I'm just using my fingers.
So like
Can I have
for the
this one?
chest, we would treat that first and then do myofascial for that and treat that.
Mm-hmm. So from side lying, you can kind of hit front and back. Like I could do chest up here as well, if I wanted to. I don't often do side lying. It feels just a little awkward for me. I prefer supine and prone, but try it all today. Put your partner in all the positions and see what feels better and works best for you. Because during side lying massage, prenatal massage, if you have somebody, we have several Parkinson's, not several, we've got a few Parkinson's patients who come here during clinicals, and some of them do prefer side lying. So it's a great way to access this area because they can't do face down. But my personal favorite is face down. I'm gonna give you your arm back. You don't have to support it. Okay. What's your pillowcase? Oh, right there. Can you yeet that this way? So now this is the shoulder I'm treating. So make sure you stay with the same one the whole time.
Bill.
The arm off the side. More serratus treatment. You can sit for this, you can kneel for it. You could squat. You want a little workout for yourself? So following the serratus anterior fibers. Everything I was just doing side lying, I can do the same face down. It's a little bit more comfortable to be face down, right? Yeah. Found a trigger point. Nice deep breath in. Because of the nature of these three muscles involved with inspiration, this is one where you find trigger points and any of them, any of those three muscles, have them take a breath. A good, slow, controlled breath. One more time. Now, in this position, how in the world am I going to friction this medial border of the scapula? The scapula with her arm up like this has been pulled off to the side. You know what you're going to do?
Like that.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. This is in respect to the fact that she does not have any shoulder issues. If somebody's had like reconstructive surgery or has maybe like a tear, we're going to check in with this. She's good. If she has a tear or something going on, this might be all we can do. It might see some restrictions where it's just this. But you can see how it's popped up a little bit. This is her inferior angle. This is a winged scapula. I've put her in a position for this to happen. I'm still able to friction, but not as well as if I can put her in this position. So I've taken the leg that's closest to the head of the table and I've put it under her shoulder. So I'm hands-free now. I can completely access this medial border of the scapula. And as I soften it out, I can actually access under it. So if I needed to treat something like subscapularis, this would be the position I would want to put her in. As I keep working it and softening it up, I want my fingers to be hooked under, because remember, serratus comes up and comes around the cage and comes up to attach to the scapula. So right now, her muscle fiber is actually kind of popped up a little bit along with the scapula. If she's got tight shoulder, I can take my left hand. I'm on her left side, so I would take my left arm. Now I'm holding the head of her humerus. And I would just kind of bring her shoulder back. Scapula adduction. And bringing the tissue across as well. And just play around, get some movement in it. Free up the scapula. Can compress around it. Here's her inferior angle. Keep pushing. So just like explore the movement and see where there's restrictions. Compress on those areas and then move. A stretch could be, with my knee still under there, her hand in a resting position. I'm going to take my right hand and just hold her wrist. Don't. See, don't do that. Just hold the wrist, please. And just press down on the elbow, ever so gently. I'm not exerting a lot of pressure, am I? Is this a comfortable stretch?
Can't you just go fist and then you can give my hand massage at the same time?
You could, if you wanted to. A little distraction. That's okay. Just like holding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little weird. So her scapula moved pretty well. We've got some tension. There's a little restriction, but there's no like obvious displacement, is there? Her scapulars are kind of right. This one's a little red. I've been working this. It's popped up a little bit. It needs some more work. Healthy scapula. If someone had scapular dyskinesia, you could have it popped up. It could be sitting more inward. It could be sitting more upward, and it would just be the scapula, and the rest of the clavicle and the humerus would be like drug along for the ride. Rachel's good though. So one stretch, popping up that scapula. I'm gonna flip her over. And we'll do some more texture to it. And we'll take a look to see just that brief, very abbreviated routine, how we did.
Should have done the other one. That was silly.
There's just a lot of cameras around, so I'm gonna pin you down.
Get out of the way.
I'm gonna leave the bolster out. Okay. Can I have this in? So, we were doing some movements while we were treating her. We're doing some active release type techniques. A more static stretch is you're gonna take your hand on the head of your humerus, and I'm gonna rotate my hand back. I'm not gonna be pushing her into the table. It's a rotational move. At the same time, I'm doing external rotations.
This is the same one we learned in Swedish, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we did this one in Swedish. How long we holding?
20 seconds.
20 seconds. If it's uncomfortable, you can be dynamic with it. Go in a little bit, back out, go in a little bit further, back out. And notice my hand on her humerus has not moved. If it is too much, you can come back. A lot of options. While keeping my left hand on her humerus exactly as it is, I'm going to bring her into internal rotation, and now I have an oppositional stretch. Well, oppositional movement from my left hand, pushing down. You can do some P and F stretching. So in this position, I can have her push, inhale and push against my hand. Exhale and relax. Just like we do with the hamstring. So she's pushing up, I'm resisting, and on her exhale, we're taking it further back. Traction. Now with the arm externally rotated, and make sure you traction and rotate the whole thing, because otherwise you could just do some twisting at the forearm. We want the whole arm, humerus and everything, to rotate. So palm up, you're going to put your hand on her bicep, hand on the forearm. We're just going to push. Is that comfortable? It's okay. Oh, what if I do that? Very comfortable. You're okay though? Okay. So, options. You can push biceps and forearm. She's got some good range of motion. Her elbow's doing okay, not being hyperextended. I can take my hand, do a little extension of all the fingers. So now we're hitting fascial lines from fingers all the way up into the pec. It's the upper appendicular line, fascial line. It might burn a little bit. Rotate the whole arm, palm down. Same thing. Push on the bicep, push on the forearm. Don't really do a flexion or an extensor stretch here. Traction up. Traction up. Questions?
Yep. As soon as I get right over there.
Yeah, no worries. I know.